What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Gaboo. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Grass the Kid, Grass and Groom, or just simply Grass. The map looks to be Blue Lagoon here. Is that what I said? I don't know if I said that already. My brain is kind of just going like, where are we going? All right, so first game, they're going to Grass with some very, very aggressive Norse. He's changing it up here, going in with Ra on this next map. This is a really, really interesting decision. I personally don't like Ra in this map. I think Ra in this map is really, really difficult to play because there's lots of hunt on the map. There's lots of opportunities for aggressive play. And the gold mines are always going to be very difficult to secure here. But Grass is going in with the Ra with probably the expectation to see Loki here because Gaboo picked his Zeus, Gaboo lost with his Zeus, and Grass is trying to counter Sif here. Grass's main god is Uranus, which I also think is a completely good, strong pick against Loki as well. But we haven't even seen Grass opting in to that Uranus yet. Obviously, Gaboo is probably one of the better Loki players out there for dealing with Uranus. He's very, very strong at the defense. He's good at playing around the weaknesses of Loki while playing into the strengths of Loki. And he's going to be able to beat a lot of different Uranus players. But I still think Uranus is a really good pick against Loki. So we'll see how things are going to go here. But even so, Ra is always going to be a strong pick. Ra is always going to be a strong pick. Even on a map like Blue Lagoon, you're definitely going to be able to find wins here. But I have not seen a lot of Grass and Groom's Ra. So we'll have to wait and see if he's actually got some sort of specific build order in mind here, if he's just going to go for a fast 2-town center play, or if he's going to go for a classical fight here, or if he's going to do something interesting to get an advantage here. Now, Ra, like Set, does have access to some very, very aggressive early game play. But the problem with Ra is you don't have any scouting. Your scouting is really, 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 really bad. So you can't guarantee yourself early game damage by going for like a Shifting Sands play, like a Pharaoh Priest move forward play. So that kind of play is generally off the table. You kind of say have I would probably say like a 35% chance of getting damage done if you go for a cheesy early game rush there with extra Pharaoh Priest to put pressure on with Ra. But the thing is with Ra, if you do that and you do get pressure, you can always Shifting Sands the Pharaoh or the Priest back home, and those are just going to be a boost to your economy. As we do see a beautiful secondary hunt here for Grass at the top of the map here, having an elephant, having 2 gazelle here. Really, really nice. He does decide to go for the elephant first, and that's going to be completely fine, but he does have to make sure that elephant dies in a nice place. It's not the best, it's not the worst. There is this big, fat savanna tree making problems here for Grass the Kid, but all good. Meanwhile, over on the other side here for Gaboo, he's found himself a beautiful hunt as well. He was on the giraffe here, and he makes a very short movement up to this gazelle on this position. Now, if you remember back, there was this very, very early game, early series, I should say, played in the Champions League qualifiers of Loki versus Ra. And this game was, I believe it was Marty versus Spamped. And Marty was playing Loki. And he was making the case that Loki against Ra can get away with playing for an early second town center and having a lot of success. So we'll see if Gaboo is going to be opting into that sort of strategy, playing for either like a cheesy Njord timing push type thing, or going for he's going for Forsetti here, so not going for Heimdall. But we'll see how things are going to go. Meanwhile, Grass advancing to the second age, very, very late here. He's got himself only 6 villagers on the gold. Normally we see 7 villagers on the gold, but with the late advance, maybe it's going to be fine. He might be able to grab this back town center if he so chooses. He has left this sentry tower open here. Houses coming up. The back tower over here is defended, but this is definitely a tower here you want to put wall segments around. The reason is this watchtower doesn't actually defend anything, but what it does do is it gives you this huge amount of line of sight around your base, which means if Gaboo wants to be raiding this wood line up here, or raiding this berry bush, or raiding this gold mine, He has to come all the way around here to stay outside of the line of sight and then push up. Now, that's obviously something he can do, but if he takes this tower out, then he can sneak through and he can start attacking this position much, much easier. So you definitely want to be putting wall segments around that if you can help it. As Batar just about to hit here, we see the longhouse coming down. Gaboo's making himself Herso, starting out this matchup. Very, very standard Loki. This is something that does make me very scared for Gaboo. Why? Because standard Hall of Thanes Loki against Ra is a very, very difficult thing to make work. Because the Ra player can make Axemen, can make Chariot Archers, and those Hersa are not going to be very good at all. As the Troll coming through, Wadget going to get a couple of hits off first, and the Troll will have to retreat back here as the Hersa are making their way forward. Gaboo at this point with only 6 favor. The Wadget is out of position. That's going to be a free 2.6 favor here as Grass is going to be attempting to retreat that one back. A little bit of jukage is happening here as the Hersa trying to get in front here. He doesn't need to get in front because the Wadget dies so absurdly fast. As the unit's going to be coming onto this position with the Pharaoh empowering this town center here. The Hertz are going to be taking a lot of damage. And Gaboo wisely decides to retreat away there as the armory going to be coming up. Shadoof probably already in. Yeah, Shadoof's already in. Plows in. Husbandry on the way. Lots of gold in the bank here. Village is going to be retreating away. I do like this. I want to see farms being placed in the main base. Do not put farms on this town center. It is not worth it against Loki. Maybe you can put a couple of farms down, but just a couple. That's all you need. As we do see the villagers retreating back into that, into the town center there. A couple of farms are indeed going down as the units coming through onto this position. Double towers on this position here as well as the villager here might need to get pulled back. And Gaboo does manage to do that nicely as the Hersa are going to be pulling back here as well. Hall of Fame's just about to pop here for Gaboo. So we'll see what he's going to do with that as the villagers now sitting in the middle of the map with the healing spring in the middle of the map as well. Rain coming down. We're going to be seeing 8 farms. We're going to be seeing 11 farms on this position as the Hersa do come through. Going to be trying to put some pressure on here. But again, with the Pharaoh empowering this one, it's very tough to get in there. Thank you for the 3 months, Suda. Appreciate you, my friend. As we do see one villager will indeed be going down here. So nice snipe there for Gaboo as this game is continuing along. The Troll does get sniped down there as the Hertz are going to be coming through here, going to be looking to snipe down potentially the Pharaoh here. But with the Pharaoh getting some damage done, the Town Center also getting some damage done. Will one Herso go down? Answer is no. As the rain's still continuing along, Grass and Grim going to be throwing even more farms down. What are these farms? Just put the farms around this granary, my friend. Just around here. Or at least put a granary on the outside. That's so many farms here for Grass and Grim. He's going to be stuck in the classical age for quite some time here. And this is a big, big weakness of Ra, is when Ra players do this. And this is something that you can actually use for your advantage as a non-Ra player, as a player trying to kill Ra, is counting how many farms have been placed. If you can see your opponent places a significant amount of farms over the 12 mark, so somewhere between 15 and 20 farms is kind of the excessive amount of farms that Ra players will place, as we do see that watchtower does end up going down. If that's something that the Ra player ends up doing, it means that the gold mine is going to be incredibly or the amount of gold that the Ra player actually has to spend is going to be really, really low. So going for gold staves in these positions is really, really strong. So we'll see if Gaboo's going to be trying to make that happen here. He does need to worry a little bit about the gold here. And the answer for dealing with the rock here, from the Loki perspective, is actually to get yourself 2 trolls. So Gaboo losing one of those trolls here in the early game was actually a really big mistake, as we do see a little bit of a raid coming through here. Valkyrie spawn here, though, for Gaboo is going to be a really big help, as the villagers going to be turning around, shanking away on this position as best as they can. No villagers going down, 1 Herso going down, 1 raiding cavalry going down, but a Valkyrie spawn there is going to make that actually worth it for Gaboo here. And we'll see how things are going to be going along as Grass moves back over here, going to be attempting to chuck his Pharaoh over there onto that mining camp, as we do see a little bit of a raid coming back over here. Still not going to get any kills here. You can just garrison, no problems, especially Axeman coming out as well to help very, very soon here. Now, let's see if Gaboo has the answer to the Patsukos. We did see many months ago very, very interesting plays from Matrius with in respect to the rock. And the answer was just trolls. get 2 trolls out, and the rock is useless. You can defend against the rock. When I say useless, obviously you force 2 trolls out, but we will be seeing a couple of units getting sniped down here. This is exactly what Gaboo needs here in this game. Sniping those axemen is going to be really, really big here moving forward as the units coming through, but the rock will be making its way directly onto the dwarves over here, and this is going to be a very, very nasty locust you have to see here. And we'll see how things are going at this point as the rock comes through. And we do see Gaboo already microing away his dwarves, not wanting to lose anything here in this position. The villagers retreat away, actually losing no units just yet. It was crazy as we see 1 Hearser going to be coming over onto this position. Will we see a locust getting dropped here as the villagers going to be retreating away? And that's the question here, is the villagers pull back and they are just going to keep... You could totally drop locust on this thing and pick off all 8 villagers, but Grass opting not to. We do see the villagers moving over onto this gold mine. Gaboo at this point doesn't realize this. He doesn't have a military building on this. This is a really, really big mistake here from Gaboo. He's got plenty of wood in the back. He should have thrown down a longhouse over. He's got one queued up over there, but a longhouse on those gold mines would have been absolutely huge, as we do indeed see the locust getting thrown down. 1 villager kill only there as Grass wastes his locust in this game, and that's absolutely huge for Gaboo. Gaboo's got plenty of resources in the bank right now. He's sitting at full population, still making dwarves. Villagers are on top of the pigs at this moment here. The villagers do have to all get pulled back. They're going to be jumping onto the berry bushes for the time being, sitting on that gold mine as well as the villagers come through here. But Gaboo will have access to flaming weapons very, very soon here in this game, as Gaboo sitting out on this position. We do see Grass now pushing out with his units here. We'll see how things are going to go as the rock flapping away. Bragi on the way now for Gaboo, as the Gaboo units coming through, still happily taking these fights here. I don't think he really needs to at this point. He should probably think about just grabbing a town center and getting ready to hit his flaming weapons timing attack on this location, as the Hearser does spot that one over there. We do see the rock now coming back onto this position here. There are a handful of throwing axemen out, and you can see that these throwing axemen, they're basically for the rock to try and take that one down, but without having that upgrade to take this out, the bonus damage against flying units upgrade in Axe of Muspel, without having that one, it's very, very difficult to make it work. You can't really pick off that rock at all. So we'll see how things will come moving on here now. There is a big weakness here, or big problem for Gaboo to also deal with, and that's if Gaboo clicks flaming weapons, there is shifting sands. And shifting sands is a complete counter to flaming weapons, in that you click flaming weapons, the units just simply shifting sands away, and you're very, very sad. The town center is trying to come up here. Grass is putting some incredible pressure on at this point. He's got a beautiful amount of axemen, beautiful amount of spearmen, the chariot archers in the back, the backbone of the Egyptian army there. Flaming weapons does get cast here, and we will be seeing Grass just simply retreating back, shifting sands back into his base here. He's going to be able to take down the battle ball, take down these units here. Flaming weapons has been wasted. Town center on this position going to be going up. We do still have 50 seconds left of flaming weapons for Gaboo, but he is not in a position to really use it at this point, as the town center comes up here for Grass. He's got 139, 145 population. He's playing this one incredibly well. Still doesn't have Skin of the Rhino here, though, as a Valkyrie spawn going to be coming in onto that position. The Flaming Weapons Hearser does get taken down, as the units now are out of position for Gaboo, as the villagers will have to pull back. 25 seconds left of Flaming Weapons here for Gaboo. We may be able to take this town center out, as the villagers are going to be making a break for it over there. Still a little bit of gold left in the main base. Do we have a market up anywhere? Yes, we've got a market there as well for Grass to utilize if he so chooses there, as the Hearser are going to be getting taken down. The villagers retreating back into the Migdol stronghold there. Does get a couple more snipes there, as Gaboo going to have to retreat back. The problem here is, for both Grass and Groom and Gaboo, is that, the problem for Gaboo is that Gaboo has got only 40 villagers, but he has 100 favor. The problem for Grass and Groom is he needs to get to the Mythic Age now to try and deal with the mass amounts of myth units that will be coming for him, because he can't really deal with them in in the heroic age. He needs mummies, or he needs the Son of Osiris here moving forward. But the other thing is, can Gaboo potentially get to the mythic age here, or will he have to use Battle Ball only? And at this point, he is training Battle Ball, but will he be able to make this work just sitting in the classical age against the really, really strong army or counter army that Gaboo is making? And Grass and Groom here, he is going for the mythic age. Look at those resources piling up here. As a perfect amount of resources come in, and Osiris will 100% be the pick here. You will never see an Egyptian player seriously picking Horus in this matchup off of 3 town centers when your opponent's got a mass amount of favor in the back, when the Loki's got a mass amount of favor in the back, when those Battle Ball are going to be a problem. And there also are plenty of priests here as well to help deal with the Battle Ball and the myth units in the meantime. So that's also huge for Grass. As we see the villagers coming over here, going to be eating the elephants in the back corner there as well. Dwarves coming forward to start mining that gold mine over there. As the unit's having to retreat back. We still haven't gotten Gaboo throwing up a hill fort here, which is very, very important. As Grass is now pushing forward, putting tons of pressure onto this position here. The Chariot Archer is getting some good damage done onto those Thrown Axemen on the back. The Thrown Axemen trying to take out as many of those Spearmen as he possibly can to allow his Herso raiding cavalry to push through and deal with the Chariot Archers. Grass realizes he needs to pull back, wait for his Son of Osiris before he starts fighting there, because that Norse army is still really, really strong in this game. As Grass going to be throwing away a Chariot Archer. His rally point on his Migdol is a little bit out of sorts here in this game, as the units pushing forward there at this point. As the Valkyrie does get sniped down there. We do see Grass now pushing forward. He's got to be careful with that Pharaoh. Definitely don't want to be taking any damage on that until Son of Osiris, or even when Son of Osiris comes in, you don't want to be taking any damage on that. As the Pharaoh pops back, Son of Osiris is 1% away from popping in, as Grass takes that fight maybe a little bit early on here, but now he's got this one out. The Son of Osiris will start really, really helping in this fight, as the Thrown Axemen will get taken down incredibly fast. The priests at this point, they aren't really focused firing. They need to be taking out those Battle Balls, Valkyries, everything else. As the Son of Osiris still getting some good damage done. Throwing Axemen going to be pushing forward here, going to try and get a little bit of damage done onto the Son of Osiris here, but it doesn't really matter. They are getting actually decent DPS done, but all of the units are falling as Gaboo's population drops from 130 population down to 80 population there, as the mummy comes through as well. And now Gaboo is in for a very, very difficult game here. We talk about this time and time again with what is the biggest answer. What is the best answer for Norse against Son of Osiris, against mummies, against everything that the late game Ra wants to make? And the answer, like always, is Ballaster. But you don't have access to Ballaster until the Mythic Age, so you can't get into these positions where you're stuck in the Heroic Age against Ra, because Ra will be able to beat you 9 times out of 10. As Grass comes through here, the Dwarves going to have to retreat back here for Gaboo. Mummy's coming through to get a couple of hits off as well. It looks like the special ability hit the wrong unit there, and the unit died, and whatever happened there happened. The Gaboo now on the back foot. We do also see some little raids coming over here. The villagers trying to steal that gold mine on that position. At this point now, we also need to see Grass attempting to get himself out some siege here to push through this town center, as the Dwarves getting pushed back, going to be jumping onto this large gold mine. Chariot Archers getting some good damage done over here as well, as the Battle Ball going to be coming up here to take out these Chariot Archers as well. Meanwhile, we do see the units coming through here for Grass, going to be trying to take out these Dwarves on that gold mine. And it looks like Grass's Chariot Archer raid on this position has been thwarted, but he will be able to get still more damage done over here. Champion Axeman also coming through for Grass as well. Do we see any attempt at Siege coming out? Yes, there is a Siege Works out. Yes, there's a 99% Siege Works catapult coming through as well. And here's the thing. This is the thing that is incredibly broken about the Rock. It's not Rock raids. Like, everyone complains about Rock raids, and Norse players, they can't deal with the Rock. Norse players can deal with the Rock with plenty of different options. They've got hill forts, they've got towers, they've got trolls, they've got throwing axemen, they've got fire giant, they've got plenty of answers to the Rock. The actual problem with the Rock, and the thing that is the most broken with the Rock against Norse and against basically any civilization that doesn't have access to a ranged hero, a significant ranged hero, is that the Rock can be used to pick up the catapult. And then the catapult can drop, and then it can be used to attack a town center, and then it can be picked up, and then it can be over and over and over again. Basically, the point is that you don't have to set up defenses for your catapult to take down a town center. You do see the mummy there almost going to get, he probably could have sniped that mummy. That's way out of position there. But we'll see if at any point here, Grass is actually going to be able to get that catapult out, because Gaboo is going up through tier here. I don't like the tier. I think that Hell is a much, much better option here, but we'll see if this amount of economic damage that Fimbulwinter will do will help Gaboo get back into this game, because he is really, really struggling right now, and Grass is significantly further ahead in terms of economy at this point in the game. As the battle ball coming through to start getting some damage onto this location here, as there's no heroes over there. It's a good fight there for Gaboo to take, as the catapult is now starting to roll through. And this town center is going to be meeting its demise here very, very soon, as Grass getting himself Masons, Bronze Mail also coming through, Plow coming through for Gaboo as well, as do see this Longhouse going to get shanked down there as well. As Grass still hasn't gotten himself Skin of the Rhino there, which is a really, really big mistake. So you do see the Fimbulwinter coming through. Catapult does get picked up. Son of Osiris will get picked up as well here, most likely. Still getting some good damage done as the Fimbulwinter Wolves coming through into the main base. Grass not clicking the Town Bell. There he goes. Over here, Town Bell going down as well. Over here, Town Bell should have been clicked as well. It's a really nice spawn there for Gaboo, but Gaboo is just hurting here in this game, as the Fimbulwinter Wolves coming through, and Grass can just simply take that out actually with one shot from the Son of Osiris. Absolutely insane. Meanwhile, on this position, the catapult going to be continuing to take down the town center here, as the throw and axe are going to be coming out. We still don't have Axe of Muspel here for Gaboo. He is completely neglecting that technology in this game and allowing that rock to just get away with a murder here, floating above those throw and axemen there on that location, as the town center is slowly but surely getting taken down. Gaboo's score does catch back up here, but that is an inflated score. That is a lot of boost from those Fimbulwinter Wolves that were created and killed for free, basically. They did get a lot of kills there, as Grass went from 80 villagers down 11 villager kills there, basically, for Gaboo. As Grass is now going to have to deal with these Fenris Wolves, but Son of Osiris, if he gets any shots off, things are going to be very difficult here. And Gaboo here, he's got all of these Fenris Wolf broods queued up, but he doesn't have the population for them at this point. He's grabbing this back town center here. It's going to take him a minute and a half to get that one up with just one Olfsark. So it's going to be a long time for that to come through. It wouldn't be a bad idea to just cut production of Throw and Axemen here, get those Fenris Wolves out, and attempt to raid himself back into the game with those Fenris Wolves is a good idea. But generally speaking, the big important thing with Fenris Wolves is having a pack of 6 or 7. 5 is not quite enough. Though I say that, and 5 is enough to dodge the priest shots. As we do see the Fenris Wolves going to be coming through here. We'll see if he will be able to take out the Son of Osiris here. The rock going to be floating over here to pick that one up. And he does indeed manage to do so. Those Fenris, or doesn't even need to. He's just saying, I don't mind. We see the catapult's getting dropped down on this position. Son of Osiris is going to be staying alive here. Catapult going to be able to start taking down the temple and everything else. The medium throw and axeman over there going to be getting taken down as well. And Grass has got a commanding lead in this game. He is up a whopping 150 population to 85 population at this point. The Fenris Wolf Broods are useless now with only a pack of 2 at this point. Gaboo's got 0 favor left. He's got no Herso left. He's getting a hill fort up in his main base, but that's not going to be a help at all. And Gaboo here retreating back as best as he possibly can, but the houses are going to be getting taken down in the main base, which is even more of a pain for Gaboo, because he needs to rebuild those and defend at the same time. And in that moment, Gaboo does realize he is lost in this game and taps out. GG, well played by Grass. He does show us here in this game why it's very difficult for Loki to play this matchup, and there are very specific things that Loki needs to accomplish to be able to have a good game here. And one of those things is definitely getting those trolls out to deal with that initial free rock. Another thing that Gaboo did not manage to do here, he got pushed onto the back foot, and that's not being able to get to the Mythic Age. Getting to the Mythic Age is so absurdly important in this game, or getting a Gold Staff. You can either get the Gold Staff with a Flaming Weapons attack, or you can get the Mythic Age and try and play for a late game type situation with Fire Giant, Ballast, all that stuff. But Gaboo could not manage to get either of those things done in this game, and Grass gets the dub up 2-0 in this best of 5 matchup. Winner of this series does get access to, or get the position in the Champions League. So Gaboo's going to have to go back to the drawing board, see if he can get some sort of a reverse sweep started here. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.